Okay, can you hear me? Okay, so now we are going to look at the leaf structure. Here, you understood, right? If this is the cross section, now if I take a leaf and then if I cut it into half like this, I just cut the cross out in a cross way. Okay, so we call it the transverse section. If I cross it, now see all this, though it is a very thin layer here, this leaf will be made up of many cells, and there are different types of cells inside the leaf. Okay, that is what we are going to see. These are the different types of cells. See this, the upper epidermis, palisade mesophyll, spongy, lower, and all this. Shall we move to the section? Did you just get an idea up to this? I can't hear you.
Yes.
Okay. Now when we take a leaf, there is an upper area, right? So that is called the upper epidermis. Okay, now if I just take a leaf like this, we will have the upper layer first. I am drawing the upper layer, okay? So upper layer will look like, the cells will be like flat cells, and then they will be tightly packed, okay? There will not be gaps in between. They will be very tightly packed like this. And I can call this as the upper epidermis. Upper epidermis, okay? And then the next layer of cells will look like this. It will be rectangular cells, but long rectangular cells. Again, there is no air gaps in between. There is no space. Now, do you see? They are very tightly packed, okay? So they will be tightly packed like this. And this is called palisade mesophyll cells. These are just the name of the cells, okay? Just like eye cells, nose cells. If I just tell like that, the skin, the cells present in the skin or something like that, okay? So these are the names of the cells. It is known as upper epidermis. Next, I call it as spongy mesophyll cells. Next, the leaf will have round shaped cells, irregular shape. They are just round cells, and then here it is not tightly packed. Do you see there is gaps in between the cells? There is air gaps, okay? So the cells are like here and there. They are very big cells, or like not in proper shape. Here, see, in the first layer and the second layer, the cells are of equal size, but here they are of different size and all that. Now, what do we call these type of cells? This is called spongy mesophyll cells, okay? Spongy mesophyll cells. And then below that, we will have a layer like that called the lower epidermis, like this. These are lower epidermal cells. I'll say why I kept a gap there. So they are also tightly packed like this. So this is called lower epidermis. Upper epidermis on top. Next we have palisade mesophyll cells. Next spongy mesophyll cells, spongy, okay, and spongy mesophyll cells, lower epidermis. And now in between these lower epidermal cells, there is something like this, bean-shaped cells. Okay, so we will have two bean-shaped cells and a hole in between. There is a gap in between. Here again a bean-shaped cell and another bean-shaped cell and a hole in between. So this cell here is called guard cells. We have two guard cells, okay? So in between the guard cells, there is holes. Now, why do we have these holes? Can you tell me why do we have these holes?
To let the water
Water.
go
So
in
the
and
holes, no, the holes, just like we have our nose, the holes here are called stomata. Okay.
oxygen.
Okay.
I mean, carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide, very good. So these holes are called stomata. And again, here, there is another stomata here, okay? So this is another hole. That means another stomata. So next to the hole, there is two cells which open and close like a gate. They open and close this hole, okay? So these cells are called guard cells. Understood? Guard cells. Yeah, you're correct. Oxygen comes out of this hole. Just like we take exhale out, we breathe out carbon dioxide. Here, oxygen comes out And then what is the gas which goes into it? It is carbon dioxide. Okay, clear? So from these holes, we will have carbon dioxide going into and oxygen coming out. Now what happens is, in these cells, photosynthesis should take place inside all these cells, okay? So the palisade layer, I said the palisade mesophyll cells, they have many chloroplasts inside them. So what is the function of chloroplast? Take your note and tell me. Check your note. What is the function of chloroplast?
Absorb sunlight.
Not chlorophyll, chloroplast. Chloroplast.
Photosynthesis take place in the
Yes,
chloroplast.
very good. So photosynthesis take place in the chloroplast, okay? So the palisade mesophyll cells, they contain many chloroplasts, but here they contain only little chloroplast, okay? So the carbon dioxide, what goes in now? I'll just draw carbon dioxide like this. So carbon dioxide from the stomata, it goes in. Now do you see there is gap here, right? So from here, the carbon dioxide will go into all the cells. And it can also move like this in these air gaps, space here, and it can go to this. So now we will have carbon dioxide inside. Understood? And what will happen? Sunlight will also fall onto the leaf. It can go like this, it can penetrate. It just moves inside, okay? It can go, the sunlight will fall to all the cells. And inside the cells, photosynthesis will take place, okay? The chlorophyll present inside the cells will absorb the sunlight and it will help to make photosynthesis, or it will help to make the food, the glucose. Are you clear up to this? And this is the leaf structure. Now, okay, there is one more structure. So we have some tubes called xylem and phloem tube. Here, I will just draw it as round tubes, okay? So if I just draw structures like this with many tubes. So we have xylem. What is the function of xylem tube? Again, xylem tubes. What is the function? Check the question what we did and tell me. Xylem tubes, what is the function?
Absorb sunlight.
Observe. Oh no, that is chloroplast.
Sunlight tubes, water passes through the.
Yeah, the tube where water passes through, right? So now these cells, carbon dioxide will come through. Carbon dioxide will come through the stomata and get into the cells. Now, there should be a tube which supplies water to all these cells, okay? Just like a tube. So here, this is the tube and this is the xylem tube. Xylem tube also will be here. And then we have something called phloem tube also. Phloem tube transports food. Phloem tube, okay? So just like xylem tubes transport water, phloem tubes transports food, okay? Understood? I will say what that food is. The food, whatever is now made in the leaf, should go into the other parts, right? Other parts of the plant. Now the food is made. Now if I take a plant, flower, stem, root and leaf. Now food is made here. This food should go into the flower also, to the stem, to the roots and everywhere. Only then the plant can obtain energy, right? So the food is made and then it is transported to the other parts of the plant. So that is transported through tubes called phloem tube. Did you understand that? Now the food is made here and now it is given to all other parts of the plant. So the whole plant is happy. Okay. So that it is sent through the phloem tube. The tube which transports food is called phloem. The tube which transports water is called xylem tubes. Clear? And then have you noticed that the leaf have a shiny outer layer? Leaf's outer layer is very shiny. Have you noticed it?
Yes.
That is called the cuticle. Okay, so on the upper epidermis, we have a thick layer like this, a layer like that, and that is called cuticle. Cuticle prevents, now it is like a waxy layer, okay, like a Vaseline layer. It is very shiny. It is like a Vaseline layer. It helps the, okay, it prevents water evaporation. Okay, it prevents the water loss from the plant. I will tell the function of each of that. For now, just know, are you clear with the leaf structure?
Yes, yes.
Do you have any questions?
No.
No. Okay, now for photosynthesis to take place, everything should come inside this, okay? That is why we have all these parts. I will tell you. Now here carbon dioxide is moving in like this, and then it should go into all the cells. That is chloroplast there. Okay, again, we have the upper layer called the upper epidermis. Next, we have the palisade mesophyll cells, very tightly packed, long cells. And next, we have the spongy mesophyll cells, loosely packed, and they have gaps in between. And then we have lower epidermis. We have guard cells. When the guard cells open and close, the holes will open and close. What are the holes called? What is the hole in the lower epidermis or in the leaves called? Holes. What is the name given for the holes? Stomata. Okay, stomata.
Someone.
And then there is a Vaseline like a thick shiny layer on top of the leaf. What is it called? What is it called? From this, tell me. I have labeled it. What is the thick outer layer of the upper epidermis called? A Vaseline like layer. No, cuticle.
Glasses.
Uh-huh.
Ah, yes.
Cuticle. Okay. Now cuticle means now whenever you just go out and observe a leaf, the leaf upper surface will be very shiny compared to the lower one. That is because the upper surface contains a waxy substance, a Vaseline-like substance called cuticle. Okay. Understood up to that? Okay, now tell me what is the name of the tube which carries water in leaves
Uh,
or in plants?
X-line tube.
Xylem tubes.
Silent
Okay.
tube.
And then what is the tube which carries food?
Um,
Phloem. Okay, we call it phloem tubes. Next, what is the tiny holes in the leaves called where gas exchange take place?
Stomata.
Stomata. Good. And then what is the cells which open and close the stomata called?
Glasses.
Guard cells. Very good. And so what is the gas which goes into the leaf through stomata?
Plus.
What is,
T plus.
no. I'm asking what is the gas which goes into the
Carbon
leaf?
dioxide.
Carbon dioxide. What is the gas which comes out of the stomata? Oxygen. Okay. Carbon dioxide goes in, oxygen comes out. Okay. Are you clear up to that?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to draw this and label it. And if you want, you can also check the textbook when you're drawing. Here, this is the structure. Upper epidermis, palisade mesophyll, spongy mesophyll. Lower epidermis, guard cells, stomata, xylem and phloem. I think this is easy, no? Which one is easy? This one or what I drew?
John needed the textbook one is
Which one, dear?
textbook one is hard to write.
Okay, just draw this then. Now, just draw very neatly. I have just drawn it on the board, okay? So these are circular cells with gaps in between. See, there should be gap. Here, there should not be gap. They are just cells tightly packed. Draw it and label fast.